Who's singing?
Alright, yeah. So, I was doing a Scion show at Northwest Mall, and I got Skeez come out there to do some paint. And actually, I think he was already going to be there.
Okay, my bad.
But it was a drag racing Scion event. So they had drag racers going out there, drag races going all over the place. And fucking Skeez decides to jump in his little truck and go fucking racing. This shit was sliding all over the place. But yeah, the Scion got kind of pretty much pissed off because that nigga just took it on his own to jump on the fucking on the track. But that nigga did slide a couple times. It was badass. But yeah, my man Skeez.
So I'm Sean Carroll. I'm a writer here in Houston. I write for Art Forum and the Free Press and Houston Press. A lot of people around. SKEEZ has definitely been adding to. You can look at the Houston art scene as being outside of the New York structure. So much stuff comes from New York and is just oiled down, watered down here that you really want to have a view looking around that. So it's nice to see in the history of Houston art that it comes up from the 60s and 70s with another axis of Mexico City. And Lucas Johnson is definitely one artist and illustrator that was very much into the surrealists, a lot of whom moved to Mexico City as well as New York after the 40s and 50s. So looking at the ability to just kind of take new things by working with a visual language that is more Mayan, that is more Aztec, is I would say a good way of taking that control back, taking that control for Houston of its own destiny by looking not only to one city, to an American way of doing art. Graffiti culture plays so much into this as well. You get out into the street, the work is demonetized, and you can make a lot of relations between murals done in South America, Central America, and Mexico, and the work that SKEEZ does.
What the fuck? Who are you? Bitches brew. Hope I never get as rich as you. Reach across the first is last. Creating peace with the rocket blast. Can you see who you be? What's the difference between you and me? Days go by, you don't know why. Compulsive American born to fight. In the sweat, the biggest threat. No takeover, never witnessed yet. Crimes and art in your shopping cart. A bullshit begins from the very start.
That's it, man. He's a fabulous artist. Do any style you want, really. To me, that's a sign of a good artist, if you can be a chameleon and change to whatever people want. Because even though you like making art for yourself, the real money is just making art for others, you know, making something that other people like. And you gotta mix it up, man, if you're gonna stay alive as an artist. And that's what I do, man. I do everything from music to sculpting to everything. It's still hard. But that's what I like about SKEEZ, you know. I've been telling them to, you know, play music with me, man. It's just another form of art. It's all relative, you know.
That's hilarious.
And so SKEEZ introduced himself. He lived right across the hall from me. And he introduced himself as David, told me people call him SKEEZ, and that they do a lot of barbecues. Okay, so I was happy about that, but I was wondering how many of you go around calling some person SKEEZ? SKEEZ.
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 Fucking SKEEZ, fucking SKEEZ, fucking SKEEZ.
SKEEZ.
Being influenced by, you know, the New York graffiti from the 70s and 80s, we don't have a subway here. So, you know, obviously the next thing we're going to gravitate towards is freight trains. So, and that became very, very competitive. Like, we wanted to be the crew that everybody knew was the crew that did trains, and that's all we did. We used to take tons of people with us to the yard. It was like going to a party, because back in the day when graffiti was just starting up in Houston, you could sit out there all night, you know, like have your lawn chairs out there and, you know, have people freestyle battles while we're painting. And it was great because back then it was just a misdemeanor, you know, but as soon as they made it a felony, I mean, graffiti just died. We'd be out 4 or 5 in the morning, hit IHOP or something, and have paint all over our hands, eating like pancakes at 4 o'clock, 5 in the morning after we had been bombing. And it's crazy. It can be some crazy times. It's dangerous. Jumping over highway, you know, we used to jump the freeway to get on the tops of buildings. Like, we used to jump across the freeway to get on the top of the building, because sometimes you couldn't get on top of the building other than jumping from the. There was even a time where we outran a cop, like OJ speed chase. You know, he saw us, you know, hitting the side of the freeway and hit his lights. We jumped in the car and we just took off, and he chased us for a while until we hit downtown, took some back streets, and he just finally, I guess, said, forget it. You know, I'm not gonna waste my time with these guys. We got lucky, I guess, on that account. And it's about making sure that the piece looks clean, and it's really about doing some artistic stuff. In the end, that's what it became. In the beginning, it was about the message, and in the end, it was about just creating artwork. It's feeling of freedom, you know, outside of the establishment. It was good.